David, would you
Yes,
like to introduce yourself a little bit?
yes, I would love to. I am 23 years old. I'll be 74 in a few months. I was, my first marriage was a full, I would say, yeah, full femdom, findom, cuckold marriage,
Okay.
where I gave her everything, and she gave me an allowance, and I made very good money. We didn't even know, this fem- femdom business. Uh, we at least I'm not aware of that scene.
So you
But
guys
I
didn't
was
know about financial domination, really? It was just a, a
it just evolved. That was just a
oh, okay.
condition of our marriage. Although
Natural financial domination,
I'm sorry.
a natural financial
Yes,
domination. It's
yes,
wild.
very natural, very natural. I started. That was the condition of marriage. But even before then, when I was courting her, I was gradually, first there was nothing, and then gradually I started to spend money on her. I started out by washing her car, and yeah, I wasn't even allowed into her apartment, so started washing her cars, and then a few months later, her boyfriend's car, and then a couple of her friends. So that went on for almost a year.
So she had a boyfriend when you guys first started dating?
Well, I wouldn't call it dating. I would love to date her, but you know, she
Gotcha.
wouldn't she wouldn't have it. Uh, she said the only way I could be with her is to do work for her. So I did that. So
Give away.
yeah. So yeah, and then after after a while, started doing the laundry, and then that lasted a while before I was allowed to go in and clean her apartment for her. So just it's very gradual, and then of course when she runs out of cleaning supplies, I would just buy it, and so that was a very small amount of money involved,
Okay.
and then that, and then naturally the next step is to clean her boyfriend's apartment, and then the two girlfriends of hers who kind of curious about these sort of things, and then I started doing this to her. So it's just her, her boyfriend, and two of her girlfriends that I
So how
was.
did, just out of curiosity, how did she bring that up? How did that kind of come up? Like, you need to clean my house now. Did it naturally come up in conversation, or how did she kind of bring that
Well,
up?
I was when I was trying to hit on her for a date,
Oh, God.
and
Okay.
she definitely said, "Oh no, that's not going to happen." But if you want to be with me, you can do some work for me. And then so starting with the cars, and then
So you made it clear you wanted to date her, and then she had all these stipulations that
right,
you wanted.
right, right. And I mean, gosh, we never went out on a date, even during the marriage. So I mean, she's committed to her boyfriend. So and she made it clear that I'm not going to be
Your second
anything
place.
like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I was also very subservient to her boyfriend as well as the two girlfriends that she had. Yeah, and
When,
one of them is actually my current wife.
oh, okay. When you
Yeah.
say girlfriends, was this like a polyamorous relationship then, or were they just like female friends?
Oh no, just female friends. I think they're just curious about her relationship with me. I guess
Yeah.
and then yeah, yeah, yeah. They probably didn't believe her, and until I started washing their cars, and then afterwards was cleaning their apartments, and I was well behaved, and you know that sort of thing. Yeah,
So,
and I didn't really mind it. I mean, I got very, you know, uh, while I was doing the work, I wasn't all that turned on, but afterwards, I was thinking about it. And I thought of her, just seeing her just for a few minutes, and then I got, super horny about that.
Okay, so the whole
So
kind of
I kept doing it. Yeah.
yeah, the whole kind
I
of
mean, that was really the happiest time of my life.
and oh, what was I gonna say? Um, so she had the boyfriend. How did it
Hmm.
turn out that you ended up getting married to her? Was she married to anybody else? Was she in a relationship with
No,
anybody else while you were
she was
married?
she was with her boyfriend, and
Okay, so she was,
I proposed to her. I have to propose to him as well, and
oh, okay.
make sure that in fact, yeah, they kind of make it humiliating for me to have to propose to her boyfriend. But I did it because that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I'd rather have that than not having her at all, which was the alternative.
Yeah,
So I was a very good servant to her boyfriend.
sounds like it. So,
Hmm.
how did it progress from there? You guys were married, you told me, for a while. Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and she went through several boyfriends,
Okay.
and yeah, and it progressed. Okay, we got married, and then they moved in together uh, to a bigger place. That way, I have one fewer place to clean up. But I do everything, do all the work, the cars and everything. Uh, well, and that was it. And then after a while, she started meeting up with other DOMs.
Okay.
That was like before the age of internet, so there's
Right.
none of that going on. But somehow she managed to meet up with some, and then we actually went to some support group that was in up in Washington D.C.
Oh,
There was some support group of dominant women, submissive men, and they teach us various things, about what personal hygiene. I mean, don't believe all this stuff about don't be careful what you ingest. You know, all these, this shower and that shower, those are it's not something that you want to do uh, you know, uh on a regular basis.
as
You
far as
know, yeah. And I mean golden showers is
oh,
okay,
golden
but you don't
shower.
want to do it every day. Yeah, I
Right.
mean you do it occasionally because
Right.
otherwise you're just gonna get sick and then
Exactly.
both sides will lose, right? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then anything other than urine, any kind of a reject from the body, you don't want to mess with them.
Yeah. Did you see
That kind of things will get you sick.
did you see my human toilet video? I talked a lot.
No, but if I saw it, I probably wouldn't be interested in it because I know that was just fantasy. I mean, nobody
No,
does it all the time.
right. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly what you're saying. That's
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
healthier, safe to
So yeah, anyway, from those kind of support groups, she befriended, maybe 8 or 10 couples that have similar things, seems into similar things that she and I were involved with. So, like once a month, we had this femdom meetings where all the submissive get to be servants to the yeah to the women. And sometimes the women will have boyfriends in attendance. So we had to do that, and that's where I kind of I got forced into bi.
oh,
For well, I mean, I don't think any of the guys that had any kind of uh, a gay tendency or gay, but we were so horny that any kind of a physical contact would will be like rock hard. I'm lucky because I was never really in true chastity, but the guys that I met from that group, they were all adults. They were back, back in those days. There were no real cats today. So, but they did was they got taped up. They just use the tape and tape them so that they cannot expand.
Hmm.
Right. So and then that was it. And they, I tell you, those guys were horny when they got released in the femdom meeting, the
And I'm
femdom
guessing
party.
this was all at the direction of the Doms and for their amusement.
Yes, yes, for their amusement, and there's always a camera, so they're filming,
Ah,
and I would be surprised if there's something that I'm out there somewhere. Uh, but the only a couple of the guys didn't want to be filmed, but I mean, I didn't have any shame, so I said, yeah, you do that, and I was pretty good. I mean, I was good at at the scene, so they usually have and this other guy was doing it.
okay.
So
So you said that
planning,
this
yeah,
marriage lasted about 12 years, and then did you have a break
yeah,
for a while, or did you go right into?
yes, and I think she just said, oh well, I'm divorcing you, so we'll do this, and then and she was actually very nice to me. She signed a rental contract for me to live, although I don't see any reason why she had to do that, but she did it anyway. Told me to a rental thing, because once I'm out, I get to keep my salary, so I will have more money than I know what to do with.
Oh yeah, that was
Else,
my next question. So after you guys got divorced, then you have full control of your finances again.
yes, 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 yes. I get to keep my paycheck instead of giving it to her. So anyway, she introduced me, so she kind of passed me on to this one of the two girlfriends. Uh, so we were just trying it out. The first one I tried out with an Asian lady. Maybe she thought that we'll have some kind of a connection, but so I was doing the same thing. I go clean her car, clean her apartment, and which is actually I was doing pretty much all along. But so I was just doing it for her, and actually she was nice. I wish she would take me, but she didn't. She she allowed me a whole lot more physical intimacy than my first wife. My first wife wouldn't let me touch her at all. She's
Wow.
real stingy on that.
Okay.
So allowed to go down on her and this and that. So I wish, but then at the end, we were at it for like about a year.
Okay.
Um, uh, so she said, yeah, she either move in with me or she goes away, and she decided to go away. She said, "No, I don't think so. I don't know why." But so then it is the second of the two girlfriends. That's my current wife.
Okay.
She already knew what was going on, and then she said, "Okay, I understand this. I am aware of what you two are doing, and this is my condition, which is you don't have to give me any money. You don't have to do all the housework. We both do it like a regular couple. Uh, one thing is I have a boyfriend. That means you're not going to touch me." I said, "That's fine. I mean, I haven't had anything for, for all those years. Uh, so that's fine." And then she said, she will allow some physical intimacy as she says, but nothing is promised.
Okay.
So, and,
That's
uh,
good
and yeah, and I don't have to give her any money because she's got her own money.
Okay.
So, that's why, yeah, but that's why now I could actually, explore. I told you about I had a couple of pro dom sessions, but I wasn't all that happy with it.
You had a couple
Somehow,
what?
a pro dom, a pro session.
Okay.
With yeah,
Like at a
yeah.
dungeon or what?
I'm sorry.
At a dungeon or what?
It's kind of a dungeon. One of them is it's actually in a private home. The other one, yeah, she called it her studio, but yeah, you could say that. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I just had a couple of them, and none of them really clicked. So,
Was
so I getting a little bit disappointed. But anyway, but that's how because I'm retired now, but but because I don't have to give my wife every, all my money, so I can kind of explore a little bit,
Yeah.
from time to time, yeah.
So how
But
long have you guys been married now?
the second one is it's 21, 22 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Long time.
Yeah, long time, yeah.
And just to clarify, you are
Yeah.
still a virgin. You've never actually had sex, right?
Yes, I had. This is before I met my first wife. When I was in my early 30s, I did try, prostitution, but I don't know if you would call it a straight version. I've done the prostitute. I did the penetration, but I did not ejaculate because I was too nervous.
Okay, yeah,
I
that
mean,
counts. It counts as intercourse.
so
You went in.
so I don't know if I did it a couple of times. I could not. I went in, but I could not ejaculate. So I don't know if you would still call me a virgin.
No, no. If it
Oh,
was
I'm not.
a virgin.
Okay. So I'm not in your book.
But you didn't have intercourse with either of the wives, right? Is what you're
Oh
saying.
no! Oh my God! No, no. That was the first one was never in the cards, and the second one, she made it clear it's part of the condition that's going to be it. Yeah.
Okay. So
So
you
and
only had intercourse a couple times with hired help, right? Is that what you're saying?
right, but I did not. I well, I
Actually,
did not. Yeah, I did not have orgasm. So yeah.
what did you enjoy that or not really? Were you just
No,
trying
not
to experience?
not no. It's not as as great as I imagined it to be.
Right. Yeah, I
I
would
mean,
say,
I mean, my boy, my first wife, and she and her boyfriend, they're getting it on, and I could hear that they were both having a fantastic time with each other. So,
did you ever
and I
watch
didn't,
or would you just hear them?
I, no, she never really allowed me to watch. I'll bring them towel and drinks afterwards, that sort of thing. Yeah. She's kind of, I know, I mean, I compare with the other guys I know at the time. She was a little bit stingy when it comes to allowing,
That sounds like she was
allowing
very
me to see
strict.
anything. And there was, although I have to say, although I was not put in chastity, but she has a rule that that was that was the most difficult for me to obey, and that
So
is
you were not chastity, but you weren't allowed weren't allowed to touch yourself. Is that what you're saying?
no, I could touch myself
Oh, okay.
in my own time when I'm not when I'm not serving them.
Gotcha.
But one rule that she imposed on me that I had a hard time with was that I was not to have an erection in front of either one of them.
Oh, yeah, that had to be hard.
So
It sounds to
that
me like you kind of have a little bit of a high sex drive, no?
I consider myself extremely uh horny because
Yeah.
I
Like
mean
you have a
I
high sex drive.
even before that I was jerking off for 4 or 5 times a day,
Yeah.
and so that was hard. So but I think that the secondary effect of that is that I wouldn't even dare look at them because you know
Yeah, then you're gonna have a problem.
then I'm going to have a problem, and and which like sometimes you would walk around naked and I wouldn't
Couldn't even
and
look.
it's even even if I don't look at them, it's hard because sometimes I know she's naked,
Yeah.
and sometimes she would try to taunt me and then punish me.
What were
So
the punishments like?
well, for that is like the cardinal sin. So she'll make me sweat and she'll kick me.
Should do what?
She'll she'll make me spread my legs and she'll kick me.
She kicks, oh, like kicks you in the balls?
Yeah,
Ouch.
until it I lose my erection. Yeah, that's
Oh,
hard.
see,
Yeah,
see. Okay.
because she didn't start out doing that. She started out by slapping me around. But the first time I got so scared that I lost it immediately. But you know, by the third or the fourth time, the slapping wasn't doing any good. Yeah, I was still hard. So
Then she went to kicking.
anyway, she went to kicking, and then I have to apologize to her boyfriend as well for for breaking the rule. Yeah, I mean, her boyfriend knows all my restrictions. So
I know you said you went to support groups, but would you say that this was all consensual, or did some of it you didn't want or maybe didn't consent to?
well, it is consensual in that I would prefer to be with her than without. So in that way, but the stuff that that see that's why I answer when I answer a question about fetish and kink. I don't have any. I don't consider any of that. Like I thought that kink would mean that
You
you
enjoy
find
it.
something sexy. You find something that is sexy that is not normally considered sexy by normal people, right?
Uh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I don't like to get slapped around. I mean, not because of the pain, because it's not that painful, but I feel bad because I messed up. So I don't, but she did it because she had to. She felt that she had to correct me. So so she did it. So I mean, do I get turned on by that? I don't think so. Although, as I said, after the third or fourth time, I got hard. I couldn't lose it, even if he slapped me a lot. So, so I don't know. But he said something that I really get turned on. I don't
No, I don't. I
think
would.
so. And the
Yeah. Some
same with
people
all the
have a some people have a fetish for CBT,
exactly.
but no,
Yeah, and
I
I did not. I mean, I was,
that was
in
more of
one way I felt guilty. It's actually the guilt is more hurtful than the physical pain. Although the physical pain is substantial.
I bet. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have them, but I can only imagine. All right, so let's talk a little bit. Let's rewind a little bit. Tell me a little
Uh-huh.
bit about your childhood growing up. What was that like? What was your relationship like with your parents?
Well, um, it was it was a very traditional, Hong Kong Chinese family. My dad
I've
working.
I have some experience with Asian people just doing like my professional career, and from my experience, you got Asian families can be very hard on their children. They're very goal oriented. They're very like demanding that you're successful, that type of thing. Is that kind of your experience?
No,
No?
not uh, not as much as what some Asian parents that I know, tiger moms and all that. There's none of that. Um, I think my dad was perhaps a little bit more Western in
Okay.
his thinking than the traditional Chinese, and my mom, she was, I don't know. There's not a whole much going on. I mean, there's not a whole lot of, not a very intense love. I would say, like what I understand most mother and their sons are
Right.
like a benign neglect.
Okay. Yeah, so she
Yeah,
just
I
wasn't
mean,
like what you would think of like a really nurturing mother.
right. That's correct. Yeah.
Did you grow up in China or in the US?
I grew up in Hong Kong. I immigrated when I was 14. So yeah, that was 1966.
Okay.
Then yeah,
Hmm.
then I've been here since. Yeah, I was working. My first During my first marriage, I was in near Washington D.C. Right, and then yeah, and then that marriage ended, and then I was trying out with the two girlfriends.
Right.
And then I finished up, and I figured, well, after my current wife decided to accept me, uh, we were up there for a while, and then we said, well, I think I have enough. I can retire now. So, so we decided to move down to North Carolina, which is where I am now.
Okay. You guys okay after the hurricane? You're not near the coast, are you?
No, no, not the coast. In the middle, central North Carolina. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That looked a little rough there.
Uh,
Um, so then tell me about like your adolescence, like when you were in high school and stuff like that. Did you have any girlfriends? What were your
no,
experiences? And
no, no. I had nothing through high school, through college.
so
That was kind of disappointing because right there in the late 60s and the early 70s was what they call the sexual revolution, where the women not so picky, but I don't know. They never picked me. They're not. So
well, and that had to be a hard time for you too, because most men are going through that puberty and through that time you're extremely horny. So I can
yeah,
very
yeah,
frustrated.
yeah. I was extremely horny when I was in high school already at that point, and it never stopped.
Okay. So would you say that you do have any specific kinks, or do you enjoy it doesn't really sound like you enjoy humiliation. It sounds like it was more of a punishment for you. Is there any
Yes, yes. Uh, yeah. I mean, the way I would interpret the word kings or fetish is something that is not normally not you don't get turned on, but you do. I cannot. I, maybe if I meet a woman who kind of reminds me of my first wife, then I may get turned on.
Okay.
I, yeah, maybe that.
So just a
Uh,
very dominant, kind of bossy woman would probably turn you on a little bit.
it would turn me on if I felt that I had the chance to suffer. Yes.
To suffer, you said?
Although, huh?
The chance to do what?
The chance the chance to suffer.
Serve her. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. But right now I'm married, and so it's not like it happened. But yeah, in a fantasy, like say if I were single and then you know somewhat a woman would suggest that I wash a car for her, and stuff like that. I don't know.
So it
Then I
sounds
think,
to me like you're very into some submissives really enjoy service type act,
hmm
servicing their dog,
hmm
doing
yes,
household
yes,
cleaning. It sounds like that's kind of your thing, your way of showing
yes,
devotion.
yes, yes. Well, that's the way I did it. Yes, 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 yeah. Washing cars and cleaning house, all those. I don't think I have the energy to really do it the way I did 40 years ago.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because my limbs are stiff and anyway. But that's something that I would fantasize. Yes, if that situation arises. Yeah. So right now it's like kind of a fantasy.
And
Because
then what advice would you give to people who are new to BDSM or new to serving women? What advice would you give
Mhm. Well, I think they have to, a submissive absolutely positively must know their place. As I read, online or the BDSM stuff, how uh, how the submissive would they have the kink and they're just trying to get that kink, and that's not going to be a good job, right? You need to understand you you are you are
to serve?
to serve the woman. Yes,
Not
you
about
do
you,
what the
about
woman
her.
wants. Yeah,
I
it's not
that's
about right.
that is
Yeah.
a pet peeve of mine. I have so many men who approach me who just dump all their needs on me, and I tell them I'm like, you're a fetishist. If you're just
hmm
dumping needs on me, that's not serving. That's not being submissive.
Right.
Trying to get what
Yeah,
you
yeah. That's what
want.
I.
Understand that.
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
Yes. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Uh, well, Well, I think the domme should make sure that the sub knows their place, and especially at the beginning, it needs to be very strict.
Right.
Uh, I wasn't allowed to have an erection, and you know, in the beginning, she was extremely strict. I mean, I didn't even have to have an erection if she saw a slight twitch, she knows that meant I was about to have one, and then I get punished right away.
Yeah.
Uh,
Setting boundaries and
Yes, the boundaries. I have to know my place, and I did. I have to say that I was very good. I didn't um I didn't get slapped around all that much, and yeah, the kicking was hard.
Yeah.
That was the only thing, but yeah.
Did you at any point tell her that you didn't like that or that you didn't want that?
Oh God, no! I wouldn't dare do that. I mean, she may just dismiss me, and then I'll have nothing. Although she's getting a lot of money from me, but I still there as long as there's the risk, you know, I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah.
I just took what she dished out.
Yeah.
You know. But she wasn't, yeah. Yes. I mean thinking back, I don't think she was all that unreasonable. You know, you know, as soon as I knew my place, I learned my place, and and do what I'm supposed to do. She was okay. I would like to, have her.
Let me ask you this. Did that ever come up in any of the support groups that you went to about how she was kicking you? Because I'm going to be honest with you, to me, that that sounds like more honestly abusive than dominating. Because in my understanding of BDSM, you should have everything should be consensual, and if there's something that you're not
Right.
to, that's kind of a problem. Did that ever come up in any of those support groups? Did they ever express that were concerned about that or anything? I'm just curious.
Well, we talked about a lot of things. That's one of them that I talked to, but I made it clear that it was my fault. I wasn't able to control myself the way, I was supposed to. So I don't, I don't consider I consider that exclusively my problem. I was the one who messed up. I was the one. So as much as I hate the pain, I hated more the fact that I messed up.
Yeah, see, for some people, that would be a punishment to be kicked there. Some men that would be a punishment for them because they enjoy it. It was not for you.
No, I didn't. Oh, absolutely not.
So you had
how could anyone? It was so painful. I don't see how anyone could enjoy it.
Some people get joy out of pain. Some people get turned on. So you had a safe word, but you chose not to use it because you were too scared of losing her.
No, I didn't even know. We didn't even know what a safe word was.
Oh, okay.
That this is like back in the 1980s and 90s. But there was one thing. I forgot to mention. Yes, there was one thing that I had a problem with, and she just exempted me from it. And this is during, in this femdom group. I told you we are forced into we have to make out with the other submissive.
Right.
Well, the one thing that I was exempt from was the anal penetration, because she tried it with me first. And I don't know, I must have some really, really sensitive tissues down there. And I couldn't stand the pain. And she knew that I couldn't stand the pain. So she kind of exempted me, but the other guys, they had to do it.
Okay.
When directed, they had to do it. And actually, I talking to those guys, they say it's not that bad. It makes them feel really, really submissive. And then, and they're really okay with that. They would be penetrating each other, and, but I was, the only thing I was doing was to, do other things, the orals and the hand job and stuff with my partner. Yeah, yeah. That was one thing. I guess, but that one never went as far as the support group. Although I mentioned it. Yeah, I must have mentioned it. I mean, we talk about all kinds of things.
Right.
But it's not something that I complain to the support group, and the support group say, hey, you need to talk to your wife now, that kind of thing. It's not that. I mean, she tried it after a while, after we were married. She tried it, and then she could tell by my reaction that I really could not stand the pain. And she was using a like super narrow and super short
Wow. Yeah.
thing to do it. She figured if I couldn't handle that, then the actual size. And the partner I had, the regular partner I had, he was really well hung. I don't know
Oh,
how.
that would
I
be.
don't know how he could be submissive. If I had her body and her equipment, I mean, I can only imagine that I would have, all the girls I wanted. But somehow he got himself madly in love with a lesbian lady. So he saw the lesbian lady and her girlfriend, and
Oh,
he took a lot of abuse. I mean, he maybe he liked the pain, but yeah, those. I'm sure I don't know if it is a common thing, but the lesbian dominatrix are very heavy handed. They
oh,
hit hard, they swing hard, and yeah, they just show on that guy's body too. But so he's
that's.
glad to have me.
I mean, I could see that. It makes sense, but that's an interesting note.
Hmm, hmm.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I enjoy some of the videos about the sissy. I think you had one. Didn't you have one about a sissy mate coming
Oh
in?
yeah, the sissy made ones.
Yeah, yeah. And so it was he.
Did you
So
ever
I mean,
did you ever do any sissification at all or no?
um, not not the full measure. One of her boyfriend. Uh, it's at the beginning when they were, before he moved in with her. Uh, you know, he knew about me, and then he would insist that I wear women's clothing, women's underwear while he was there. I
Okay.
mean, I guess that's just to make him feel
Like
safe. I guess
humiliation. It's
instead of
humiliation.
having
Yeah.
yeah. But then after after they moved in together, he didn't care that much. Although sometimes he still wants me to do it for his amusement.
Yeah. For humiliation. Oops, sounds like.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was just curious. But yeah, you probably like the service aspect of the sissy maid, I'm sure. Being being bossed around and that type of thing. I made
Yeah.
another one today. I'll post it in the next week or two.
Okay. Yeah. One thing I would like to advise the submissive is that, you know, if the woman has a boyfriend, has a regular boyfriend, then you need to respect that instead of shy, you know, like shying away from it, because that has to be part and parcel. Part of your submission is to respect the real man,
Right.
in the relationship,
Yeah.
and it also reinforces your position that you are not what you are not. You are not, man of the house, the boyfriend, and you are, below both of them. So I get a sense that a lot of submissive somehow had a problem with the guy, that sort of thing. I don't know how true it is, but I think that pretty much is like a screen out factor that you can't be a good submissive if you don't respect the boyfriend. I mean,
Yep. No, that's a good
he's
point. I haven't personally had that issue, but I have seen some girls online where there's submissives that are getting jealous of their boyfriend or don't want them to talk to other men. And again, that's not true
oh,
submission.
that's not. Oh, absolutely not. That you're being possessive. Then I mean, that's I. But I mean, yeah, there are some. Then they are not true submissive.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, you should respect like the boyfriend even more than other guys because
He gets your woman.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, he's really definitely a superior person than yourself,
Right.
and you need to pay the proper respect. Yeah, yeah. I didn't have any problem with it. I mean, in retrospect, thinking back, I had absolutely zero problem with respecting her boyfriend, and she's run through a few during our marriage, and yeah, and each time I had to really go out of my way, especially the first couple of meetings, I have to go out of my way to express, to express my submission that hey, yeah, you're the man and I'm not. I have to be very subservient to. I mean, if I ever chase away a boyfriend of hers, I think I'll be gone.
Yeah, you would have been kicked out.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, I mean, I took great pride in that. I am able to assure the boyfriend that he's safe, and then they deserve him as well. Yeah.
All
And
right.
that I love cleaning his car and his apartment, that kind of thing.
Do you like cleaning in general or not really?
No, not really. I'm not very good at it. Thank God my, my first wife did not. She's not picky. She's
Yeah.
not all that picky. I mean, as long as I'm there to do it, so she didn't have to do it. She's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like my housewife character who's very picky and making sure that everything's done exactly right.
Well, my current wife, uh, she and I kind of like, we do whatever we do, but I could tell she's much more meticulous in cleaning than me. Sometimes I would do it and then she would do it over. I said, oh, but she doesn't make big thing out of it. She just says that don't worry about the housework. Just do what you can, and so that's not. She does not dominate me in that area, which is a good thing because I don't know if I can do it to a standard.
Yeah. Sounds like she's picky.
Mhm.
All right.
But
Well,
she's willing to do it for herself, so that's a good thing. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. She's not going to make you redo it a million times to exactly how.
Right, right, right.
Well, I thank you for your time. This was a fun conversation. I was really happy to talk to you. Lots of.
Thank you very much. I hope you can find some use on with this. I look forward to seeing them. Do you accept pro session?
Oh,
Do, personal?
I've never done an in-person session.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I don't
Fine.
know if you, well, I don't know if you have watched some of my other videos, but I did work as a dancer for a while, and I did have,
No, I didn't
uh,
know that.
yeah, I had people that had some kinks that would come into clubs that I worked at, and I would do private
Uh-huh.
rooms with them. So kind
Uh-huh.
of like a session, but a little bit different, not like I've never been to like
Hmm.
a thing. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but um, kind of the way I feel about it is for me personally, I would want it to be with somebody that has been serving me online for a while, who I've kind of gotten to know, and then I would be open
Hmm.
to an in-person session. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's kind of how I feel about it.
Okay. Yeah. Just curious. From time to time, I will be free to, to go.
I'm not opposed to it, so
Hmm.
we've talked a little bit.
We're in Florida. We're in Florida.
I'm on the East Coast, like South Florida.
Oh, South Florida.
Yeah,
Okay.
north
Okay.
of Miami.
how can we interact? I mean, just through the X messaging, or
Yeah, message me on X. You know, we could always do some online sessions or something like that.
Mhm.
Get to know each other.
I don't even know how do you charge in your online session?
I usually do either drains or sessions. Sessions are a set amount of time, like usually 10
Mm-hmm.
minutes or an hour or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what was I gonna say? Like texting, photos, voice
Mm-hmm.
notes, you know, I'd be comfortable doing video since we've done video face to face.
Mm-hmm.
That type of thing. So I would just learn about what your kinks are, what you're looking for. I have like a whole
Mm-hmm.
list of questions I ask people if they're looking to serve me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mean to objectify you, but I think you're very, very attractive,
I appreciate
and
that.
that definitely no one remotely as beautiful would consider anything with me. So,
Well,
and
that might be true.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure it's true. Yeah, yeah, and
Well,
I
message
would.
and we can chat about it a little bit more.
Okay,
Alrighty.
okay, yes,
Great chatting with you.
okay. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.